All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday. Kind of an impromptu stream today. I just realized this morning as I was getting up and I was playing the game for a little bit, there were some things that I forgot to explain in the last stream. So, I decided it's going to be a quick stream. It's not going to be very long. I don't expect. But just a few things. I'll wait, see if anybody pops in and says hello. If not, it's perfectly fine. It's not required. um, but I forgot about a few things about the mods and the stats, and I was kind of thinking, watching or Bex was talking about the game a little bit in Chris's stream yesterday when he was on GT7. Hello, Joseph. Uh, that I was like, dang, there's some stuff I forgot about, because different shooter looters, like in COD or stuff like that, you always have to go back in and mod your weapons, right? And uh, once on here, basically, once you have things set up a specific way, unless you change your specialization, then you're going to have to change. You got to go back in and modify your weapons again, and all that. Okay, so basically, what it is, and this will be available tomorrow at some point on on YouTube. I'll put it over there as well, so it's there for other people to see. So, talking about weapons, for instance, right now, the only one that you can't really change significantly is your exotic weapons. Okay, those have a built-in. Those mods are there automatically. Hey, Paradox, you can't change your mods. Like your when I talk about mods. So for like my Baker's dozen rifle, right? You have a mod for your sight, a mod for the rounds, a mod for your and a mod for your like underneath the weapon, right? That's basically what it is. So what you want to do, so you see here I have 5% crit hit chance. I have an additional 5 rounds in the magazine, and I have a 5% crit hit chance on my laser pointer. So that's 10% crit hit chance, right? Just on that weapon alone. That's not including any other talents or anything that comes with the weapon. Okay, so to check that, you go to your stats. And this is for Pulsar. This is for anybody who's new to the game and they're kind of like struggling to figure things out. This is this is kind of an explanation for them. So if I look at my weapon stats right now for my Baker's Dozen, my high-end rifle, I have 58.4% crit hit chance, 158.8 crit hit damage. The trick is, from what I understand, you want anywhere from 50 to 60%, no more than 60% crit hit chance on your weapon. Anything beyond that, it's useless. So there's like a nice window. If you're at 50 or so, it's fine. It's not a big deal. You don't have to push for 60, but if you're close to 60, it's okay. But you don't want to go over 60. So if you're over 60, but you can change something to increase your crit hit damage, that's the key. Okay? And part of that also comes from, if we go back here to our gear, so you see I have 12% crit hit damage on my mask. So that's a mod that you put in there. But if you look under the attributes on my mask, it says I have 6% crit hit chance, 12% crit hit damage, and another 12% crit hit damage. So that's 24. That's 36% just with that. Um, with my mask. Okay, so uh, or you could have like here, my crit hit chance isn't maxed out. It's got 5 on here, and that's okay. I have 15% crit hit damage already built into this backpack. I have another 12%, and then I have a mod for 11.8. So you don't want to go too far out of things. So I wouldn't move that 5.4% crit hit chance up any higher. I would basically want to do just enough to um, get it as close to 60 as possible without going over 60. Or even if I'm at 50, it's like, okay, it's fine. You know, it'll stay where it is. It won't go any higher than that. Same thing with or you could have something like on my knee pads, these Fox's Prayers that has damage to target out of cover. Okay. So you could have that if you're way high, but you can change that out. You can put on damage to target out of cover, or I think like my gloves have, what was the one? You could have like damage to armor or something like that. Okay. So now, but on your exotics, you cannot change. Like I can't re-roll any of these things. The only thing I could do is I could bump up that 7.9% explosive resistance. That's about it. Same thing for the weapon. You see I have maxed out assault rifle damage. I have 21% damage to health, and I have an additional 10% headshot damage. I can't change those. Those are, you could try to find, you can. Let me rephrase that. You have to go to
Could use some more
your crafting station.
I really should make
and you have to find your exotic stuff, your exotic weapons, right? And then you could re-roll it and try to get different a different roll on it. So it'll tell you what it costs you to do that. So if you don't have all the required components to do everything, it's not going to let you do it. Okay. But there's no reason for me to re-roll it. The rolls are just fine the way they are. The problem would be if I re-roll that Eagle Bearer, my exotic rifle, or my exotic auto rifle from the raid, I may lose all that stuff that I have just to try to get something different than headshot damage. I don't want to do that, because if I do, I'm going to end up ruining a weapon that's pretty decent regardless, despite that 10% headshot damage. Okay. Trying to think what else. So the stats, weapon stats are important, and you can change it. Let me go back here. So if you hold down, for me it's the Y button, you switch weapon, it'll tell you. So I still have 58.4 crit hit chance, 158.8 crit hit damage on my Eagle Bearer, 60% crit hit chance, and 158.8 crit hit damage on my pistol. And then for your this one won't be high, it's 48.4 chance, 143.8 crit hit damage. So yeah, you can check all that kind of stuff, right? But you don't want anything more than what's there. Okay. You don't want to go anything higher than that. Okay. If you do, like everybody thought that you had to have 100% everything, no, it'll never work. Like it doesn't work the way it's intended. Hey, Amela. Yep, that game, as Amela likes to call it. So, that's the key. So when you're building your gear sets, look at, if you're trying for just straight up weapon damage, right? You want all reds as much as possible, but you're going to have, like my tardigrade has blues because it's an armor system. That's what it's meant to do, but you can put in a mod for crit hit chance or crit hit damage, stuff like that. So it's not, it was something I'm like, oh crap, I totally forgot to explain this in a better detail, or I totally forget, especially the stats. That's the key. If you're not checking your stats, you're not really helping, you're not kind of fine tuning your character and doing doing things within a reasonable, um, I don't know what you want to call it, but it just won't work. It'll never work for you. It will, but I don't know. Some people it might just be it'll work, but it won't be like working properly. Working within a realm that things are, as they call it, procking, in order for you to get the most out of your weapons. Okay. The other thing too is if you want to check your numbers. Now, some people will spend a lot of time fine tuning things down here in the range downstairs. They're looking at that damage output. Stuff like that. You can do that. So like, so DPS 1.2 million, damage last hit 1.2. You can check your numbers. But some people will they'll stay down here like forever trying to fine tune their weapon. To try to get it as close to perfect as possible. You may never get it to be exactly perfect, but you can fine tune it down here. I know what else I forgot to talk about. As it happened last night, I've been running around a bit. Yesterday I did clear out this control point, and one of the things that you should be on the lookout for, especially as you increase your difficulty, although they can show up just about any time, is rogue agents. Okay, if you're by yourself, there's going to be 2 of them. It's really imperative that you try to get at least one of them down right away, because if they'll run around and you're going to be trying to shoot at them and stuff, and they're going to be dodging you and all kinds of silly stuff. If you try to get one down as quickly as possible, because they have skill builds and all that too, that can do a lot of damage to you. If they kill you, they disappear. You're not going to be able to respawn and finish them off. Okay, if they kill you, that's it. End of story. They're gone. There's no going back to face them again. It's a random. They randomly show up. Like sometimes they've shown up when I've taken this control point, right? And that's why I was kind of hoping yesterday I could show you guys the 2 rogue agents that usually show up. They come from somewhere over here, and I'm upstairs there, and trying to fend them off, but they'll find a way to do damage to me when I'm on that little balcony kind of thing. So be aware of that. You can handle them. It just they're probably going to kill you the first couple times you face them, but once you kind of know where they come from sometimes, and how to fight them, you can handle them. Another thing too, and I don't know if this is still a thing or not. Who took all right, see, I had this morning, and now the hyenas took over this control point again. Jerks. Anyway, another thing too, and I didn't show you down here. If you're wondering what this space is down here, and it's empty for new players especially, these are all hunter masks that I got early on in the game. If you Google Division 2 hunters, it'll tell you where to go and how to get them to initiate the hunter to pop out. You kill the hunter, you get the mask, and then your collection of masks is down here. There are hunters in New York. I've got a few of the masks from New York, but not all of them. And then it's like an apparel thing. It's in your, so all the masks that I got from the hunters, they're all way down here. I think they're all under the green. Yeah. So like different styles, all kinds of silly stuff. So it's just like it's basically this is an apparel thing. What else did I forget about? Hunters. trying to think what else. I know there was something else I nearly forgot. Oh, so for some people, and maybe if you're new or you're coming back to the game, you may not have done this. Classified assignments. It's just a fun little thing to do. It just adds more to the story, kind of. They're kind of scattered all over the map, and there's like usually there's like 3 or 4 recordings that you got to pick up, and then a little doodad for the back of your backpack. Right there, you can see mine is a shotgun shell. They have ones that are specific for each classified mission. That just you don't have to do it. It's just something extra. Just it does give you XP, and all that. Let's see. I did talk about clan stuff. I know there was something else I forgot. What was it? Trying to think. No, there was one other thing I was trying to think of. Oh, also, so right now this is on lockdown, right? That's another thing I can talk about real quick. Even though this says, so there's like a barricade right here, right? Under control of the Black Tusk. You could do it 2 ways. I could still fast travel there. It used to be that they would lock you out and you had to spawn in somewhere, run down the street basically. But I think they changed that. The way to clear it out, the other way is to do all your invaded missions and do the stronghold and the final stronghold tidal basin. That clears that out until next week, kind of thing. Also, there's what they call a gun. Cassie Mendoza, most players call her the gun runner. Basically, you find a let's see. Sometimes he hides out right out here by the final epiphany. I'll show you kind of where he may. Sometimes he spawns in right where I'm going to show you. It's basically just another vendor that resets every so often. You have to find this, and sometimes he's right here by this van, okay? And you go up to him, he'll have like 3 question marks above his head. You don't have to take the bounty that he drops. You don't have to do that, but you talk to him and he'll give you the location, and then it'll give you like the time. So like Cassie today opens up in 8 hours. Just about 8 hours from now. Or if she's already open, it'll say the vendor is open at, and then you just look for that little shopping cart right there, and you can run over there. If you've got the money, you can. Usually she has some pretty decent gear for sale. Just relax. So there's that too. If you're just looking for something, it doesn't hurt to check her out if you can. Just to see what she has that you're like, oh, I'm looking for this, and she might have what you're looking for. It may not be perfect, but it's going to be pretty darn close, and you're going to be able to get you're going to be able to update your gear set, or get something that you're looking for, kind of thing. What else was there? Oh, if you these little contaminated zones, do those. There's stuff to pick up in there. They're pretty simple. It's like puzzle solving a bit, picking up stuff, and you get XP for it as well. Any little things that you can do for XP, I highly recommend doing it. It'll just make it a little bit easier to do to upgrade your character. Let's see what else is there. I feel like I'm forgetting something else. Projects, we talked about that yesterday. Try to do the ones that you think you can do. It does help you level up as well. You get some XP out of it. You may get some gear out of it. You know, you just never know. You know, let's see. I'm trying to think what else was there. Anybody have any questions? If you're new to the game, I'm more than happy to try to answer questions. Just understand that I'm not like a complete expert or anything. You know, it's just a matter of you know, I oh, let me close some stuff down here. There we go. Yeah, if there's just something I could try to explain real quick, you know, I'm more than happy to do it. I was thinking about it. And I was going to do this on Thursday, but I'm like, I got the time today. Let's just knock out a quick stream. Trying to think. You know what we could do? Let's do this. I'll go back over and take over that control point right there, and then we'll wrap things up that way. If anybody has any questions or anything. But yeah, once you set your gear up, unless you change some stuff, it's easy to lose track of your mods for your gear and everything. If you don't want to do that, because then it's just gonna turn in, you know. Always make sure you try to favorite stuff so that you don't inadvertently delete it by accident. I've done that before. If you're going to delete a character, make sure you put everything in the stash. It will not disappear, especially if you have multiple characters. Like, you know, if I delete my 4th character to do a New York run, it's everything, you know, if I don't put it in the stash, everything's gone, you know. So be careful of that. Sometimes you can craft stuff again to replace it, but not always. So just remember that. Can't shoot still. There we go. I'm just trying to think what other things I can kind of say. Well, we might as well. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. Oh, here's I'm watching in the background. Okay, Bex. So here's another thing that we can talk about. All right, so there's this patrol right here, right? They're a level 2 patrol. Once I kill all of them, they'll give me credit for the kill. Now watch right now. Okay, there goes the Elite Patrol. I defeated them. Now look what happens next. It'll say right up here at the top. It'll say alert. Now that area that I'm heading to is now at a higher difficulty. That means the rewards are going to be better than they were previously. So now I have to find a spot. All right, let's just call the friendlies in now. We gotta get that medic down, because otherwise he's gonna start reviving people. We don't want that. Alright, somebody's over here somewhere. I'm gonna move out of cover here. Just watching football. Oh, Joseph. You and your footy. So a bunch of ways enemies are going to come out because we're at a higher difficulty. They're going to be tougher enemies. See what I'm talking about? Look how quickly they move to try to surround you and make you have to fight from different fronts. Main boss right there. So yeah, you can manipulate. You don't even have to change your world settings. You can do stuff to make it go to a higher difficulty for like your stuff like your control point. Okay, there goes my tardigrade. Took effect. The blue mark, the blue across the bottom there. So that worked. There we go. That's everybody. All right. So now we have to do the counterattack. Right. I gotta get some ammo here.
I've got you.
Try to get some distance here because they're gonna come running towards me.
Gotta take
Got a grenade guy up there. Tardigrade again. Now I have a little bit of it over on my armor. I gotta get these grenade launchers down because they're... I'm on the Xbox Series X, Sammy. Should be in the title. I may have forgotten to update it, but it should be in the title. Ooh. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. Oh, come on. There's a medic out there somewhere. Gotta get that medic down. Oh, there he is, right there. Yeah, if you don't get the medic down, the medic's just gonna keep reviving people. And you're gonna be in like a forever fight the rate things go. There we go. Wrecked here.
Get out now.
No. Yeah. That's okay. It can be fun with friends. Joseph, I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I think this game would be a little bit more than you can handle because you would need to be carried. I'm just going to be straight up honest with you. And that is a lot of work for people to do. I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't know that it's a game that you can handle. Up. All right. Yeah, there is, Joseph, and you can't get distracted. It's easy to get distracted in this game to go exploring, and it's just not you're not gonna get anything done. I've carried people before in a game like this, and it's very tiring, or it can be. It's a lot of work. There's that. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hide right here for a second.
Wait, I need to reload.
Agent in need of backup.
Yeah, I did. Some friends of mine and I, we used to do that a lot, Paradox, and it after a while, it's a lot of this game is a lot of rinse and repeat, and that's the difficult part. Look at this. See, the difficult part too is you get the bad guy moves a little bit, or if they shoot at you, they throw you off of your aim. There we go. Fine. Now let's see if the hunters show up, or the rogue agents. I mean. All right. Dang, that took a lot.
Supply room access unlocked.
Yeah, and see, if you go down a lot, and you're all, the difficult part is if you die and you die somewhere where it's hard for your fellow agents to get to you. Now, if I had gone down, two things could have happened. One, my hive would have revived me.
Thanks
Secondly,
for the help, Agent.
the control point officer is going to run over there and pick me up as well. One of those two things could happen.
Now.
Otherwise, you're relying on your but if you're what do you call it? Your oh, I already been here today. And all that for nothing. So anyway, so yeah, it's a lot to do, Joseph. I'm just gonna leave it at that. So I mean, I could basically pull you through the game if I had the game on the X, or I had a PS5 and all that, but it's a lot of work. So let's see what other. So yeah, it's but yeah, just those are the things to pay attention to, and no, ooh, see, look at this, they're already over here mucking about. Look at this. Now I gotta go deal with these 2 or 4 knuckleheads that are gonna try to take the fallen cranes over.
Civilians in distress.
We all heard what you said. Wake up, everyone! Take position! I got a console for you.
There's 3. There's 1 more right.
Take some of his shit.
Together. That's why.
Dang, where did they come? Oh, they must have come from here. Yeah. Jerks. Yeah. But yeah, those are just some things to pay attention to. I was really hoping the rogue agents were going to show up, because I would have liked to have shown that off a bit. Oh, I did level up. Get some more gear. But yeah, this is oh, I see the ads are playing. This is not a game that's going to be the mainstay on the channel. I know some people may prefer that. It is I've been basically doing this video because a friend of mine is getting back into the game, and so I'm trying to give him some pointers as to what to look for, what to expect, that sort of thing. do have some stuff to put into the efficiency.
Special?
And the rest of it goes bye-bye. Yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, it can be rewarding, it can be a lot of fun, but it can also be very it can be very taxing as well. If you have people who aren't playing or aren't paying attention to what's happening. Ooh, look at that, denim hoodie. Yeah, it gets old very quick. I did carries in Div 1 throughout all the stuff. I've been parts of carries through, kind of, I guess, in a way. I've been somewhat carried through the raid. You know, I've held my own. You know, just followed instruction. But yeah, it's a lot to deal with. Still in second place there. Yay me. But yeah, hopefully you found it informative. This, like I said, this will be. I'll wait for the ad thing to stop here. It's a lot to take in. It can be. Oh, I forgot to do my. I might as well get some recon information. It can be overwhelming if you're trying to sort the gear out. That usually, I know from B, that will make my biggest challenge. Thankfully, what I had happen was some people who I played with, they were like, they kind of watched my playing style, and they said, you know, try this, and, you know, try this gear set, try this stuff, and maybe this will work for you a little bit better than what you have right now. Because, like, when I first started, I was doing a gear set that looked like, where's my, there. Was it that one, or was it all it? No, this one. This was my first gear set, or basically what I was running with. Kinda. You have a shield. I'll show you. We'll go out here and pop the shield. So you have a shield. Bingo. And then you can fire from your shield. Right? You can do that, or you can have your shotgun, right? And that's what I basically started off with, and I have a hive that as I take damage, that hive automatically reheals me, and when I put my shield away, it regenerates it, and bang, it's like ready to go right away. So it's always ready. So, and then I have a backpack that if I pick up a little thing on the ground, it will give me, it'll help me kind of, it like boosts my armor. So, stuff like that. So, yeah, it's a lot of it's just finding what works for you, what doesn't work, you know, that sort of thing. But it can be a very frustrating process to contend with. So anyway, I'm waiting for the ads to be done. But yeah, hopefully you found it a bit informative. If not, it's perfectly fine. You know, no harm, no foul. You know, I know a game like this is not for. It's not everybody's thing. You know, a lot of people don't like the violent video games, and I completely understand that. But yeah, this is not going to be a main thing on my channel. I don't want people to think that. It's just, I'm just trying to answer questions. It's easier for me to show it and explain it on screen than it is to try to type it out in a message. That's the difference. Okay, there we go. The ads are over. So anyway, yeah, we're still on this track for tomorrow. I did post something in the Discord. Roughly 12 flights left on the trip across America in the Junkers 52.
Every day you come back alive.
The last 6 of those 12 are very short distance. So if all goes according to plan, I'm just gonna. Once we get to the point where I've made some notes of which flights are like short distances. We're just gonna knock all those out in one sitting. So it'll probably be about 4 or 5 hours streaming, but we'll take off, we'll land, taxi back off, and I'll just gas up, and at some point we may get fuel, but so yeah, that's what we're going to do. Also, if you're looking for some other flight sim stuff, go right now if you can. Please go check out. I think it's just all. Yep. Please go watch him for a while. He's raising money for a organization called Fly Lilo. They help out disabled gamers, and they play Microsoft Flight Simulator, a lot of them. And it's an amazing organization. If you can donate a little bit money to help them get more equipment or whatever, it's all greatly appreciated. It's not required, but just if you have the ability to do so, please do so. If you watch it, it's truly, if you're looking for a feel-good thing today, there you go. They do amazing work with disabled people to help them be a part of the flight sim community. So please go watch him for a little while. If you can donate, ask him how you can donate. He'll send you the link, or he'll not send it to you, but he'll post it in the chat, or somebody else will. But if you can, please do that. They're really wonderful people. If you watch, they do have a Twitch channel. Roberto, who's Italian, there's videos that Captain Arash has been playing throughout the day, talking about the organization. You hear directly from Roberto. His English isn't perfect, but he does his best to explain what they're trying to do and how they do it and all that. So yeah, if you can just give a little bit of your time, and if you can give some money, it's all greatly appreciated. But if you can't, if you can just watch for a little while and just show some support, otherwise, please do that. They're an amazing group of people. So, but we'll be back tomorrow, or not we. I will be back tomorrow. There's no we here, just me. I'll be back tomorrow, 6:45 Eastern, 11:45 UK, 10:45 UTC in the Junkers 52. We're gonna take off. We're gonna head from the big airport there in Kentucky. That's actually also the big airport for Cincinnati. Cincinnati itself is right across the river for Cincinnati, Ohio. So I'll be there in the Junkers 52. We're going to head up to South Bend, Indiana, the home of the Fighting Irish, Notre Dame. So there we go. We'll do that. If you don't know about the Fighting Irish, if you ever seen the movie Rudy, that's the team, the Fighting Irish. That's also the college where Joe Montana played college football at before he played for the 49ers. So anyway, so yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll get the flight knocked out, and then Thursday, what I may just do is something else. I may not fly. I don't know that my arm is going to really be ready to do all that. Maybe by Friday I will be, but we'll do that on Thursday. Maybe I'll do some train sim or something like that. But anyway, I do hope you found this video informative. If you're thinking about this game and you're like, I don't know, well, hopefully this gives you some idea of what to expect, and how to play it a little bit, looking for gear and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, if hopefully I've answered some questions, giving you something to think about. You're welcome, Joseph. You don't have to thank me. Everybody, thank you. Say thank you, Mr. Adams. It's fine, Joseph. It was impromptu. It wasn't something I planned, and I was telling Pulse. I said maybe I'll do it Thursday. Then I'm like, the heck with it. I can do it today. I got the time. So maybe Thursday we'll do some train sim or something. I don't know. Yeah, there you go. So the thing is, like, I was watching a movie I really enjoyed called The Presidio with Sean Connery and Mark Harmon, where Sean Connery's he's a lieutenant colonel. He's the provost marshal there at the Presidio of San Francisco, and his Vietnam buddy, Sergeant Major, he's given a tour of this museum there at the Presidio that's probably no longer in existence because anyway, don't let me get started on that. But these kids are asking, questions about Vietnam and stuff like that. And the teacher says, let's thank the Sergeant Major for his time giving us the tour. And so they go, and Sean Connery just chimes in with them. Thank you, Sergeant Major. So thank you, Mr. Adams. So anyway, that's going to do it. I'll put this up on Discord. It'll be available on YouTube tomorrow. You can watch it if you want to know the link to my YouTube. I think I did that. There we go. There's my YouTube channel. If you want to follow, watch stuff after it gets deleted here, because it only stays for about a week or two, I think. So you can head over to my YouTube channel and watch the videos again over there. If you're just looking for more information, or you just want to hear my voice and you can't wait till tomorrow, there you go. Anyway, that will be it for today, folks. Hopefully everybody has a great rest of their Sunday morning, morning on the West Coast, afternoon, evening, early Monday for some folks already, depending on where you are in the world. I have been and always shall be your division agent. Not always, but at least again today, Uncle B. Until tomorrow, I will be your host and pilot tomorrow, not your division agent. So do enjoy the rest of your day. Until tomorrow, peace. Live long and prosper.